Hello gamers, hello noobs. It's Quinn Wuest again, filling in for Pat because he wants to sleep. We've got a duo game, and today I'm joined by Lemarcus. I can't think of anything.
Yo, what's up, man, dude? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Okay, so this lobby's kind of interesting. Secret Jeb, Saxjon, Tanachi Asaka, all key SH players who don't really play Avalon much. We got the Slayer,
Yeah, that's what I
Severus, and
noticed.
Mick, who all play Avalon mostly. And just gonna get right into it.
We see a nice little res pick from Mick. Uh-oh, does Mick have info? I feel like I know Mick, and I feel like Mick wouldn't make that pick without having some info. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm PRing Mick right off the
You're
bat.
PRing Mick right away for a 1.3 on
Right
pick?
off the bat, dude. This
Okay,
is
bro.
the
Okay.
best assassin on the site, by the way. Haven't missed
Uh,
a shot yet.
Best assassin on the site? That's okay, sure. Alright, 1.2, standard, just off pick Mick with somebody. Tenach,
Yeah, that's fine.
Saka. You know what, Refer's probably gonna have him off pick like Saxjon and Severus, or maybe Secret Jeb and Severus.
That's an interesting pick, though, from Slayer.
Or this. This
I think.
also works.
Uh-huh.
No, Slayer's off pick is normal. Like,
You think so?
yeah. Because he doesn't want to off pick neither of Mick nor Tenna because it's kind of soft resing Tenna. And he doesn't want to off pick Tenna with somebody because it also not only kills Tenna's teams but kills Mick's teams. Either way, that's PR. So the safest thing to do is just off pick the on picker with someone else. 1.3 is really standard. Tenna's not off picking the person who on picked it with anybody. It's also kind of signaling to Slayer that Jeb is res.
I wonder. So I'm trying to think what Jeb picks here. I guess right now it's just Tenna.
It's not really forced. Well,
Hmm.
and he still has like a free pick. He can pick Tenna. He can pick probably pick
And
Slayer. He can pick Saxjon.
Cerberus could do some hammer block in here. We'll see what happens. If we
Yeah.
see a hammer block, then
Well, a
it's
hammer
not.
block in position 1.4 is basically spying the person because I'm two
Mhm.
hammer
Yeah,
and you're guaranteed to get on, and mission one's hammer's guaranteed to get on. Of course, that can change in M3s, but I wouldn't really advise it. I also don't know who's coaching Severus right now.
yeah. I don't
Well,
know too much of the coaches. I do know Artsy is coaching Saxtron because that's my team.
okay.
So
Sax Johnson's in 1.6, so he doesn't get to on pick hammer.
yeah, the shitty 1.6. I feel like that's a hard position to play in the game because you don't really do much. You kind of just sit
Depends
there
on your role.
until.
If you're a VT, you don't have to do anything. If
Hmm.
you're Merlin, it depends on the seedings, and sometimes you
Yeah,
can do nothing, and sometimes you're invincible.
definitely. An invincible game would be nice here.
Yeah. Oh, this is the hammer block, which I don't think is good.
Interesting, interesting. I did call the hammer block coming. I knew something fishy was gonna
I
come.
don't think this is a good pick. It's like
Wait, so this is Resin Tenna. This
this is
straight up
Resing
Resin
Tenna. Yes,
Tenna.
this is completely Resing Tenna.
Mhm.
It's Spine Slayer, and yeah, and because he didn't off pick either of Mick or Tenna, it is like kind of soft resing Tenna, or at least
Mhm.
saying that Tenna's res in the world of M1s. So yes, I think 1.5 should always be a Tenna pick. Anything else would be kind of insane. There is maybe a world where you can pick Saxjon, but it's just you shouldn't do it. I'm surprised this is not insta picked. Okay, as
Mhm.
soon as I say that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Merlin just for the fun of it and the spy. I'm more obsessed with finding Merlin this game, honestly.
Oh, you just have a spy mindset.
Yeah.
You'd rather find Merlin than find Clean. Great. Okay, this is probably succeeding. Actually, depending on okay, yeah, yeah, succeed is normal. Saxjon can add. Actually, let me think. Can Saxjon add? Yeah, Saxjon can add.
Mhm.
Mick can add. Slayer obviously is forced to accuse just because 1.4 is really insane. Tenna can add Severus, and then just left hand side gets picked on 2.5.
I'm trying to think because like what team is Cerberus calling here? Left hand side, I guess.
Left
Mick
hand
slash
side with
Saxon.
one of Mick or Sax, John.
Yeah, it just doesn't make two sense. That doesn't make sense to me. That team. I don't think that's a team.
Well, actually, why don't you think that's a team? I mean, it's possible, but it's just
I
really
mean,
weird.
the only way that's a team, in my opinion, is if Slayer is Morgana exactly. Because I just don't see Slayer as assassin picking Morg and like whoever, like a random VT on 1.2.
I suppose. I mean, even if Mick and Slayer are two spies together, you can't really pick
And
anything else.
if Slayer's Morgana, then 1.4 is very strong. Then that means 1.4 has to be not Percy. 1.4, that's not Percy making it, so that just means Severus is Merlin
Yep.
in that world.
I'm very surprised by 1.4. If left hand side fails, then I think Severus could just be spied.
Yeah, 100%. That just like 1.4 is like a very weird play to me. I do think 10 is res this game.
Sure. If 10 is a spy, then it's probably just with Severus,
Hmm.
honestly. Where 1.1 is wrong. Okay, Mick is adding, this is normal. Slayer should accuse, but I don't really know how he should accuse.
Slayer has to take 10 off, and I feel like
No, he doesn't have to take Tenno off, he just needs to not put, Actually, I don't really know what he would pick. He could maybe pick...
he could pick.
He could
10
maybe
as
pick
Slayer and Mick.
Saxtron and Tenna here. Or like a really like weird, really powerful pick would be Saxtron and Jeb. But no, actually, I don't think Saxtron and Jeb's good because there's no add to it.
Hmm. Can you pick Tenna and Mick? Because, I mean, I guess bottom is technically a team. Oh, I do not like this pick.
No. Let's pick the only add. There is no add to this team. Yeah, I don't understand 2.3. 2.4, okay, fine. Well, I guess 2.4 can be thinking, oh, I don't like 1.5. Or I don't think I'm an add to M1 plus 1, but I think the way he accused it is not correct. I think he needs to accuse, but he should not be putting Severus on his accuse.
A coach should be helping him with that pick. I don't understand how that was instant picked.
Coach might have been thinking about it before.
Hmm.
Like, before all the picks. Like, just because it's an instant pick doesn't mean that player wasn't thinking about the pick beforehand. Anyway, Severus' pick is probably left-hand side. I don't think you should be switching it up just because you don't know who's res between Saxton and Mick. Or who the ad would be between Saxton and Mick. And then in 3.1, I guess Jeb can take off Severus and put on maybe Slayer and then probably Mick just because Mick on pick 10 and you can reward that. But I'm not really sure.
Severus is doing some weird shit this game.
Yep. The fact that this is taking so long is maybe Severus and his coach is not thinking of left-hand side as a pickable team.
I mean, do you think they're considering Severus, Jeb, and Slayer? Which is a weird one, but actually,
No. Well, that's what he off-picked 1.4, so why would he override himself?
fair enough. I just don't understand why it's stalling then. There's not really anything else he could pick here.
Yep. He could actually be stalling and waiting for people to chat and see what like reads he can make on people, or what reads his coach can make on people. But I feel like in this position, it's kind of needless. I mean, I still want to think about what 3.1 would be. I think 3.1, a team that could possibly work is anti-Saxtron Severus, just because 2.3 could be like signaling two spies.
Mm-hmm.
Also because you're obviously taking Severus off. Slayer wants 2.3 picked.
It's kind of weird because I feel like this game, like,
Well,
making
if Slayer's okay with 2.3, then he's not a VT. Because he's basically been spied at 1.4, and now is asking for him to be back on the team. So Slayer's forgiving Severus, basically. It's very surprising. It gets picked.
Wow. Is Severus Merlin here?
I mean, I don't know. I feel
Slayer
like this is spying Jeb and Tenna, I guess, in which there's no add to this team, so I don't. So this is like both 2.3 and this pick at 2.5 are just very very PR. I'd like to see
I
what the
wonder why
roles would
left
be.
hand side wasn't picked. Left hand side not being picked is very interesting.
This failed. Wow. I mean, Slayer should be just like Severus should be just spying Slayer out of the game. The fact that 1.4 happened and now he picks a team that Slayer's asking for and it fails, like Severus should not stay in love with Slayer. I don't like this chat either.
Like either of them this game, but that definitely did not double.
They're not two spies.
No, I don't think it doubled.
Yeah, I'm very. Who's Severus's coach? Because Severus's coach is not playing this well. I mean, I guess it depends on what Severus's role is. But I don't think this is being played well by 1.4 and his coach. Well. Anyway, 3.1. I feel like you're in a tough position now. Let me think of square. I mean, I guess this works. Because yes, you should be really not liking Severus for 1.4 and also still picking Slayer's team. So I think square is fine. The alternative is you take off Saxjon for Mick. But other than that, I don't really know what Jeb should pick in this position.
I just don't see this being rejected. Unless, I guess there's info. If there's info in the game, obviously you can reject it, but...
Mick brings up a good point. Like, are Mick and Severus really two spies talking to each other about this 2.5 pick? And Severus is saying Tenna picked quickly at 2.4. I mean, 2.4 is like... It's very standard. You can think about it before it gets picked. Slayer's the last to vote. Everyone else pretty much instant voted. And I don't know what role I would pick would vote this as, but I'd probably reject it.
Interesting.
I'm not surprised by that. I think anti-Saxtron Severus is very pickable. And Saxtron's point of view, I don't know what he would pick.
If Saxtron's Merlin here, I'd just pick clean, and I don't think.
Well, no, you just get shot. No, I wouldn't.
You think you get shot if he picks clean here?
Oh, absolutely. Well, what world is well, if Saxtron is a res, what team does he have with correct M1s that works? It would have Tenna, right?
Fair enough.
It doesn't have both the Mick and the Slayer. So you'd either be picking anti-Slayer Severus, or you'd be picking anti-Mick with, like, someone. Well, Saxtron's team contains Jeb and Tenna, I guess. And you can't go square, so you'd probably be taking Mick. Or I suppose you could also be doing left-hand side plus yourself. I'm not sure. Any other pick is signaling that Saxtron's team does not have correct M1s. But either way, I really don't think Saxtron is a res here, just because Severus is very likely a spy, and Saxtron's the most likely co-spy.
Honestly, I kind of prefer it if Saxtron is fucking spy.
Yeah.
Be great.
Well, yeah. Long
As
time
long
for
as
this
they're
pick
doing
here.
some, as long as they're doing some assassin bait, that's what I usually do towards the end of the game. Then it's all fun.
You just stall? As
No, I don't stall. I usually pick missions that I usually pick as many missions as I can just to see like I'll pick certain missions with I'll try to get one Merlin candidate to see like who apps. You know what I mean?
sure.
And I just try to get as much info as I can,
Okay.
make a shot, rather than just
I
apping.
really don't know what role Saxon is to be stalling this much. I'm guessing the two teams that I suggested are like he could be Percival and like the teams that I suggested as like two Merlins or zero Merlins.
Hmm.
But it's really hard to tell what his role is. This stall is
I
very, very long.
I still think Mick is Merlin.
You think Mick is Merlin for
I s-
1.1?
yeah. I think Severus is doing too much to be even considered. I think Severus could be spy too. I think Severus or Slayer has a spy. This is fun in the last one.
Yep. I think at the moment every team contains Jeb and Tenna.
Hmm. I agree.
And then subset of right hand side. Um
That's not horrible.
I mean Saxjon's team. Well, what we can say is now, if Saxjon has a team, it does not contain crackdown ones. Jeb should not be off-apping this. This could be a pick reject actually, but I'm not sure.
Oh, if Arts, I don't know if Artsy would coach Saxton to pick reject. Who
Well, we'll see
knows?
what happens. It's likely just a pick app. I'm guessing people really didn't like Jeb's 3.1, but I don't know. I wouldn't have picked that 3.1, but I wouldn't spy Jeb for it.
Ooh.
Mixed Solar rejected. Well, what role is Mixed Solar rejecting this? I mean,
I mean,
they only have one that this overrides is 1.2.
Mhm.
And I think Slayer's already confirmed himself as not Merlin by asking for 2.3 and then having it fail. So I guess mixed role could be, I don't know. I don't think Saxon 10 is like Merlin Morgana. Wow, these were picked up. Okay, well, this is really interesting because Jeb has just rezzed. Oh, wait, never mind. Jeb has just rezzed Mick. Early signal that he likes to reject. Well, I think Jeb's team is still anti-Sever Saxon, I guess. With 3.1s, that's what it should. That's what the pick should have been. Unless Jeb is Merlin and he doesn't want to slam clean. But I think he can live, or at least he's not like an insta shot in that world. Just because 1.5 is forced and 3.1, like,
yeah, I think Rez are doing a decent job hiding Merlin.
yep. Well, obviously, we don't know who the spies are.
Hmm. Yeah, it comes easier once we figure that out. We figure out the
Anyway,
shot.
I guess this pick is probably okay. Just because Severus and Slayer are.
Ooh, Severus likes bottom apparently.
Severus likes bottom. Really? Okay, and if Severus likes bottom, then he and Jeb are just not the same team. In which
Severus on
case,
bottom is a suicide team.
if Severus, hmm,
Like bottom is Tenna and Mick. Like they get a 50-50 shot.
yeah,
Honestly,
I feel like
this is Mick.
Severus is forced to res Tenna and Mick if he's making this claim. Oh, it passes. I got 4 apps. It's very weird. Anyway, Jeb is off all missions at the end of this. I don't think this succeeds yet. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I
Jeb
don't know
can be
what's going
resed,
on.
I think. Saxon and Severus are on 2 fails with each other. Yet neither of them
They
have
should
spied
be
the other.
spying each other.
Well, neither of them have spied the other. And they're not. Oh, they could be. Yeah, could they be 2 res? I mean, guess. Slayer likes Jeb. Sure. Well, Slayer's only on one fail and he's resing Jeb. I feel like the people on the 2 fails should really be giving info right
Okay,
now,
so
and neither of them are.
Slayer. So with that claim, that basically spies. Not spies, but it basically says like "fuck you, Cerberus."
Yep.
Because the M1s, yeah.
Okay, neither of Severus or Saxon are really giving info. I think they can just be 2 spies this game. Saxon is instead of Saxon is just asking Severus for info. It's saying Slayer should spy Tenna, but Tenor, okay, whatever. I don't understand why Slayer should spy Tenna. It's already been accepted that M1s are probably not correct. In which case, you should not be using 1.3 as a basis. So what other basis should you be using? Okay, well this is getting pick rejected.
I think Severus is pushing bottom, but yeah, hopefully this gets pitch rejected. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, no, Slayer's just basing it off of Severus's info. I mean, I'm trying to think of what other clean team is there.
Has anyone spied Hammer yet, or no?
No one's talked about Hammer yet. But also, the fact that Severus said, like, it's either 3.3 or bottom, and now there's, like, not any urgency. Like, Jeb has been rezzed by Tenna, so bottom is just dead. So both of Severus's teams have just failed, so Severus, I think, is just always a spy. But the thing is, Saxon should, like... Well, I don't know about Saxon himself, but at least Saxon's coach probably should have seen this. And if Saxon's a res, then I think like he should be spying Severus rather than just saying, "Hey, where's your info?" People on 2 fields need to give better info. I completely agree, Secret Jeb. Watch Severus just say, "Oh, Jeb is res." You'll pick app, okay. You better not be pick apping bottom or any sort of subset of it.
You can't pick out bottom after what just happened.
Yeah. There's no urgency for a double spy hammer. Yeah,
I don't know what Tenna's saying.
No, he's right. Like, why is this pick reject is very useless because 1.3 happened, which it did. But Severus is saying that Slayer and Ten are opposite teams, and so 4.1 is like very little info. I think 1.3 is irrelevant because I think M1s are just like confirmed dirty, or at least very, very likely dirty. From Severus' point of view. Saxon is saying Mick and Severus should spy each other. Well, now... Okay, so Severus has claimed that Ten and Slayer are opposite teams. And now Saxon has claimed that from Severus' point of view that Saxon and Mick are opposite teams. So Severus should be really liking Jeb. Okay, this chat is like very like chat GPT. Just because everyone's doing it so slowly because they're all being fed info by their coach. This is not humans chatting with each other. Man, this
See, the good thing, like, that's why, like, I think when Source was in the duo game, it was very good because he was, like, chatting by himself, you know? Like, he didn't need someone to beat him line by line.
Slayer's a spy or really goofed as res? I mean, what team is Severus claiming? Slayer, spy, Severus, okay. I mean, I think Tennis should be... I don't really know what Tennis should be doing.
What you're saying about that? What?
I don't know why he's talking about that. I guess he's trying to convince the rest of the table, but this is not chat he should be doing. Yes, I agree. I agree. 2.5 is not a res pick. I mean, I think Tennis should be apping this. I think this is clean with Slayer. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Agree.
Okay, that's not a bad team.
And Severus is zapping the same people. Okay. But Severus declared pick app. So Mick is res. Yes. Let's slow down, says Severus. What is he claiming? Is he claiming left-hand side? Okay, if he's saying to slow down, that means he's worried about Hammer, which says he's spying Saxtron, but he's also now spying Slayer. So if he's claiming left-hand side, why is he not picking it on 2.5? Yes, I agree. I think Severus is either spy or playing really, really horribly. Secret Jeb and Mick, let's talk. Yeah, Severus is claiming left-hand side plus Mick. Jeb is resing Tenna. Yep, that's fine. I would repick 4.2 and ask for apps. I guess it depends on like the roles in everyone's game. Sax needs to give better info. True. I mean, Sax has spied Severus.
Like Sax has gave info out this game. No, not a lot, but like definitely
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, Mick is okay with that team. The only add to left hand side is Mick and Squares triple checked it. Yep, okay, so yep, you should app this. This should get apps. Saxon will probably still reject to himself, but Slayer should app. Severus's vote doesn't matter because he's a spy. Slayer wants to talk. Well, the votes have already happened. Slayer Merlin, and this says a spy. Okay, he's gonna app. Okay, fine. I don't know what he needs to talk about, though. Yeah, everyone's approved. Okay, 6 apps. This is clean. Yeah. Okay. Slayer's the ad. Every single time. Severus and Saxon did not spy each other. Severus is never the ad because he has a free pick on left hand side and doesn't pick it. And instead chose to listen to Slayer.
If Slayer is the ad, 2.3, what kind of fucking info is that?
It could be Merlin picking 2 spies. He also, like, he should be accusing Amlet +1 in some way, but he doesn't really have a good way to do it. Well, I mean, he probably does, but he shouldn't be ever picking Severus. Yeah. Like, every single time I would add Slayer here. In which case, I don't even know who Merlin is. Because 1.4 is completely adding Spy. I'd probably be willing to bet 3.1 is not Merlin. Just because, like, Square is not a really good pick, because Severus and Mick aren't really 2 spies chatting to each other. So it'd probably be in the bottom left 3, or sorry, bottom right 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't know. Tenna's 2.4 speed is completely irrelevant. Yep, Slayer's completely correct. Okay, well, Saxon's picking this fine. Yeah, I don't think... Well, I also don't think that Severus and Slayer are 2 spies together, because Severus can just pick left-hand side and not pick something that his co-spy asks for.
Mick is out in big info.
Ad is in Slayer and Sev. I mean, the ad is Slayer, like, every single time. Okay, well, it's getting pick rejected. Fine. I really don't know Merlin. It's in the bottom right, but I don't know who it is.
I kind of hope the res just fuck up here and they pick the wrong one. Because, I mean, Saxon spy. It is what it is.
Yeah.
wonder how Saxon is. I guess he's on 2 failed missions, isn't he? So yeah. Same thing with Severus. Hmm. Do you think M2 and M3 both doubled though?
M2's confirmed doubled, bro.
Oh, fair enough.
M3? Well, if we're saying Slayer's the ad, then yes, M3 doubled.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, I said you think both of them did.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna say yes, because if we're going a Slayer ad, then yeah. Saxtron Severus is just the spy team. But this should have been picked on 3.1. I'm surprised it didn't. Yep. Yeah, I think they're all trying to say that Slayer's the ad. I want to see what the votes on this are. This should, I mean, it might just be so locked by Slayer, just because the players want to be careful, but, like, I would add this every single time. If Severus is res, then he just completely griefed the game. Alright, let's see what Tenna says. Because now he has the power. I mean... You just picked Slayer.
Seems like Jeb wants to pick servers.
There's no way that Severus is the ad. There's, like if Severus was playing by himself, then sure, like, he could just playing bad, but he's being coached. And his coach is really telling him to pick that 2.5? I really doubt it. Mick is trying to revive Severus, like saying he's looking at his chat. Severus asking why not bottom. Look, he sounds kind of res. Is what he said.
So weird. They were
And now
all
Jeb
saying
Jeb is also not talking to Severus. Why does Slayer accuse M1, says Tenna? Because he's forced to. 1.4 is spying him directly. I think it's the way he accused was wrong, but it's an accuse. I'm very worried right now. Because Mick and Jib have both been kind of talking to Severus. Maybe they're trying to un-Merlin, but straightforward play that says that Slayer's is the ad. Okay.
This chat is making it very hard for Tenna if Tenna's VT.
Yeah. Tenna has not stated a preference, which means he doesn't know.
Yeah, Tenna's lost this game. And I think his team, they didn't mess up, but they definitely fucked up waiting all the way to the hammer and then being like, oh no, Severus might be res. Like, it definitely threw Tenna for a whirlwind.
Is there a world where Tenna's Merlin waiting for someone to talk about Sax John?
Tenna dies in that world.
I know he does. Well, Jeff prefers Slayer. I do too. Well, the commentary's come to a halt just because the gameplay has come to a halt.
Yeah, it's weird because like there's not much like it's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very weird game right now because I don't know what's going on. Like I'm trying to dissect everything. I'm trying to see who's the res here, and personally, I don't know what I would do in tennis shoes here.
I mean, I
It's
just think if Severus is the
mechanically
ad, then
weird.
I don't agree that Slayer's the ad. He said, okay, well, Mick prefers Severus, and Jib prefers Slayer. Well, if Severus is the res, then Mick is Merlin. In which you would have been right from your 1.1 read.
Dude, I still think Mix Merlin. I'll stand on that. That's my inner assassin coming out in heart, you know.
Yep. Jeb has flipped over to Severus. So Jeb's not Merlin. Tenna's still yet to pick. Is he waiting for someone to talk about Saxtron?
Is Saxon res?
I don't know. I feel like if Severus Slayer is a spy team, they played it really weird. I mean, Severus's mistake was like completely fatal to the res team.
Left hand side though, like Severus needs to be yelled at by his
Yes,
anyone.
by everyone.
Un-
And his
unless
coach.
he's Merlin. If
And
he's
his coach.
Merlin,
No,
if
if he's Merlin, he can. Well, if he's Merlin, 1.4 is suicidal.
hmm Yeah, but he doesn't get shot.
Okay, Jeb is being told to pick Sev. Mick is telling him to pick Sev. Now, okay. Tana is now suggesting a Saxtron ad. This is really cringe. Because it's no longer the coaches chatting, it's now the players chatting.
hmm
And the players are bottom tier because it's a duo game. It could be Slayer who's Merlin and is off. But then that would make Saxon Morgana. Which I don't... I don't know what to think of that.
Is it Tenna the Sax?
Tenna to Sax? I think Tenna's just Merlin. If Saxon is the ad, Tenna's Merlin. If Severus is the ad, Mick is Merlin. And if Slayer's... Okay, Severus gets
Oh,
picked.
okay. So this is the team they picked.
Yep, and Mick is Merlin. Oh, wait. Slayer's saying GG? Is he trying to spy bait? What is the team? How is Severus getting picked? Unless this is exactly Merlin. Picking this. How is Severus getting picked? This looks like fake chat. See what the votes are. Can you stop stalling?
Just waiting on Slayer. Can he just fucking vote?
Well, is he stalling for... No, stop chatting. Okay, it's clean. Okay, well, I'm gonna GM Mick.
Yeah, this is Mick.
And you were right about your read. Okay, let me go find the thing.
Dude, I wish I was coaching this game. I'd be like bang bang.
No, whoever
But-
Severus and Severus's coaches have completely griefed this game. Like, there's no questions asked.
Damn. See, my thing is, I feel confident when I'm a spy, but when I'm a res, I mean, the game's easier, like, as a spy, honestly, but...
Let me figure out who's on Severus's team. Okay, the options are JSM, or I guess Mare, or Anders. Or I guess, or maybe Z123, but there's no way Z123 is picking.
No, I could see Z123 doing this.
Just 2.5.
Yeah, that's a Z123 coach.
It could also. I have no idea. There's also something that Mare can do sometimes, because Mare will just pick random bullshit.
Yeah, Mare's a good player though.
He was good. I think he's less good now.
Okay, let's look at this. So, Severus. Okay, 1.4 is a strong pick.
1.4 is strong, but it's 2.5 like an attempt to unmerlin. It's really stupid. I think this 1.4 is really, really bad. Because you're hammer blocking somebody on 1.4, which is basically spying them. And you're also not off-picking Mick with somebody. So you're like, the 1.4 is like resing Tenna and spying Slayer, like directly. But on 2.5, you're given, I guess he's maybe trying to make himself not the stat shot. But if Severus is a Merlin, then surely he would get morged. And Merlin off would probably be Slayer. In which case Slayer would just be the ad every time. So I don't think Severus is Merlin, but I don't know what role.
Unless, I guess, if Morg is Saxtron, then.
No, Saxtron's Assassin. Slayer's Morgana.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I didn't see that, yeah.
Well, if Slayer's Morgana, then why was this ad so difficult, actually? Because Jeb said they prefer Slayer, but Mick was kind of hinting at Severus ad.
Was it just 2 Merlin candidates? Because someone said, they said the ad is never Saxtron. So I'm wondering if it was the 2 Merlins the whole time.
It could be the 2 Merlins, in which case we'll.
And if it was, I don't think.
Well, I think Percival played very, very weird if Severus is Merlin. Because I think in this game I would always be adding Slayer. So I think Merlin is on. In which case I think it's just Mick. Who would Mick's Percival be, though? Definitely. Could it be? I guess Jeb would be his Percival. Let me actually look at him. Let me look at. Actually, no, not with 3.1.
Wait. Who preferred Severus?
Mick's preferred Severus.
What if Mick is Percy to, like, Tenna? Or Percy to Jeb?
That's also possible.
I guess Mick Percy to Jeb makes more sense than to Tenna.
Mick Percy to Jeb? Well, Jeb was saying that he preferred Slayer added. Unless Jeb is trying to unmerl and he's praying that he's hitting Morgana. In which case, Percival can correct him.
Yeah, it's probably not. So I guess.
But even in the position of like Mick is Percival with a Jeb, I feel like if your ad is between Saxtron and Severus, you're still adding Saxtron just because 2.5 is so abysmally bad. Along with 1.4.
Well, Sax didn't really have good chat.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell. I accidentally left the lobby, so I can't actually see any of the chat anymore.
Oh, really? Do you want me to send you the chat?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Okay, it's not like too much was said this game, honestly.
Well, Mick was like talking to Severus about 2.5, but never really spied him. And the info that was given this game was Severus said Slayer and Tenna are not 2 res, and then Saxtron said that Severus and Mick were not 2 res. And then Slayer was the one who res Jeb.
Yeah. I mean, Jeb should have been resed, like, a while ago, to be honest. Like, but I wonder how 3.1 was picked. I'm still looking at 3.1.
3.1 is not a good pick. I think it could, like... The thing is, Jeb is not Merlin. And Slayer's Morgana. Saxtron Assassin. I guess Tenna could be Merlin, just waiting for someone to say, hey, pick Severus. In which case, that would be Mick. It could be Mick to Tenna. It's actually very possible. Well, actually, 1.3, if you're on picking a Merle, that's very, like, you're going into a 50-50 straight up. I don't know if that's something that, like, it's possible, but I'm not sure. So, Mick to Tenna is a line. I guess Jeb to Mick is also a line. Then that would explain the square pick. Even though Severus and Mick are not really ever two spies talking to each other. But even then, what would you even pick on 3.1? I guess you could pick maybe Anti-Slayer Severus on 3.1? I'm not sure. You're never going to be able to slay him clean. Because Severus went out of his way to avoid left-hand side.
No, I mean, I guess, is Top a pick that he could have picked, or not really?
It's possible. It's calling 1.1 wrong, which I guess you can do. But if he's Percy to Mick and... if he's Percy to Mick, then I wouldn't pick Top. Just because you're overriding one of your Merlin's teams.
Very, very interesting game. Very interesting game. I'm very excited to see like their chat, because right now, like, this is the weird part of the game where like we don't see anything because it's a duo game.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of stuck here.
Yeah, we're just kind of chilling here for 10 minutes, which I think is a lot for coach chat. Well, the thing is, the coaches chat for like 10 minutes, and then I think they mute, and then the players chat for 10 minutes, and then they try and shoot on their own.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens. I don't know. I haven't played a duel game, so I don't exactly know how it works.
Dude, am I gonna see Quinn Wuest in the next duo game as a coach?
No, I'm shit at the game.
Dude, you're a 4th round pick.
Yeah, for avatars, and then I ended up doing it for like 4 teams. I legit made the avatars for team 1, team 2, and then the baseline for team 6.
Dude, your avatars are dope on your team.
Yeah, the fucking baseball Pingu.
You went off, man.
Yeah, and also refs and kills really fun to make. I had to make a separate avatar for electrocuted Pingu for kills avatar.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really fun to make.
I thought the Eevee ones were pretty cool too. The roller coasters that you made.
The roller coaster, yeah. Well, that was someone. Well, someone took the roller coaster, just shoved an avatar in it, and it was done very, very poorly. And so I just remade it. And so I just stuck a bunch of avatars into that roller coaster. The funniest one, the weirdest one was the one for Oh Baby Triple O Yeah, where I just put like a tiny ass baby in there, and then for the spy one I had like a massive baby. But he insisted on having the charm avatar, just like holding him, like flying out because the baby was too small. The baby doesn't have the minimum height required to get on the roller coaster, and so it's not tied into the harness.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming up to the coach chat time.
What is it, 51 or 52?
I think it's like 53. It's 52.
52? Okay, well, we're still here for another 2 minutes. Hey, why, let's talk about pizza toppings and pepperoni. Pepperoni's fine,
Dude,
but it's
dude,
boring.
pepperoni's the best topping of all time, man.
It's the most...
Dude, I had some...
Yeah, it's good, but, like, you can come up with something more creative.
Have you ever had, like, bacon chicken ranch?
I've had bacon chicken ranch. It's alright.
Pretty good. It's
I
pretty
think
good,
ranch
man.
is, like...
You think ranch is overrated?
I don't think well, not overrated. I just think it's, like, there are better things to put on a pizza.
Ranch is like just such a good sauce, you know, like it's just such.
All right, if you're having chicken wings, are you going with ranch?
Yeah.
Or if you're having buffalo
chicken
wings?
I usually don't have sauce with wings,
but
if I have chicken tenders or something, ranch, yeah.
Okay. Or like buffalo wings, and you need like some sauce to cool it down.
No, I don't usually have any sauce with buffalo wings. I just eat them with the
Just with the buffalo sauce on them.
Yeah.
You never had? Well, okay.
I'm a Chad.
You're a Chad. You just go straight for the hot wings.
Yeah, take the heat, you know.
Take the heat. Well, you're for sure guggling down a Sprite with that, bro. Gurgling, chugging, what is the word? I don't know. I'm tired.
This is a big game for the tournament, though. I'm very interested to see how the shot goes.
I don't know. I think Severus griefed it. I honestly think it's mere coaching. We have an O2 to talk to each other. No more discussing with the coach. Okay, so coaches have to mute, and now the players talk, and they share all their info that they have. And now Saxon is going to insta-shoot, make like 7, 8, 9, 10, and then lose, hopefully. because I want my
I'm
team to
trying to
win.
think who do you think's the coach for each of these players?
Sure. Let me look through all the teams. Okay, I know my team's coach. Tenna is being coached by Ref Rain.
Okay.
Weavy, who's the player? The player is Secret Jeb. Oh no, this is Anjanu's coaching Secret Jeb. I know this for a fact.
Okay.
Severus, the possible coaches are Jason, Mare, or maybe like Z123. Could also be Gawain, but I don't think. Okay. Team 4, the possible coaches are you, but you're with me. Pingu. Could be Sidewalk Hill, or Afhunter, or RC, I guess.
Yeah, it's RC.
Team
It's
5, who's a player? The Slayer's the player. The coaches are probably either Maxi, Armthur. Oh, it could also actually maybe Complex is coaching Team 5 actually. Yeah, I think Complex is coaching Team 5 because that's the only time zone that makes sense. The other one would probably be Xanderhawk. Yeah, they agree the shots are in Mick-Tenna. Yes, I agree with that too. I think the shots are in those two 100% of the time. And Team 6's coach, I mean, it could theoretically be Nixon, but I doubt he'd be coaching. Probably either Tyrox, Bajenov, or, like, the Me Man. I don't know if Tyrox would be up this late, though, on, like, a Thursday, or whatever today. Or today's Wednesday. So it's probably Bajenov coaching. Yes, I'm gonna write it down. So I know my team's coach. I know Andre.
Player doesn't really want a tennis shot. It looks like.
Your team is Artsy coaching supposedly. I think
Yep.
Team 3 is Mare. Team 3 is probably Complex, and Team 6 is probably Bajenov. That's my guess. So Ref, Ingenue, Mare, Artsy, Complex, and Bajenov. Mick has to solve it. Me and Severus, and he knows you're Morg. Well, Tenna to Mick, or if it's Mick to Tenna. Well, if Mick to Tenna would solve between Severus and Saxon, I agree. Well, I think Secret Jeb is like confirmed VT. Because Percival wouldn't be trying to add Morgana to Merlin, and Severus is not Merlin. I don't think Jeb is Merlin either because he's hard pushing the Severus at unless he's trying to like frame like trying to get Percival to say no, it's not Morgana, it's this other player. But A, you risk Percival being wrong, and B, you also risk missing Morgana. You could actually accidentally be asking for Assassin added. So it's not Jeb.
See, I don't think Mixitena is. I think Mixitena is very ballsy. I don't know if Mick picks. I think Tenna to Mick is more likely than Mick to Tenna.
It could also be Jeb to Mick. I think Tenna could easily be a VT here.
I don't think I would shoot Tenna. I just don't like 1.1. I mean, obviously I know you could do it, but like I just don't. I don't think that's how the game played, you know.
Well,
I don't think
Saxtron
that's
is
my
really pushing for a Tenna shot. I mean,
Yeah,
Tenna's
Tenna's
not a bad shot, but I would shoot Mick here.
I would shoot Mick as well.
I mean, actually, I would shoot like Severus just because I want my team to win. And Severus is Giga, not Merlin.
Sax is so confident.
If Tenna isn't Merlin, well, no, I think Mick is.
No, Mick can be Merlin,
Mick
bro.
can easily be Merlin.
Why are they rolling out Mick? I just want to hear why they're rolling out Mick. Bro, this is so stressful to
Well,
watch.
who would Tenna's Percy be? Severus? Surely not.
Tenna doesn't have a Percy, dude. Actually, no, Severus, I guess. You're right. I feel like Slayer is gonna cave in. I feel like Slayer should push a Mick shot.
How does Mick to Tenna Morg Slayer? Well, 4.1 was useless, and 4.2 gave a team. And I don't think 4.2 is hard to pick as a non-Merlin role in 4.2. Okay, well, Slayer's saying he doesn't understand how he's morged, but I'm pretty sure. I think you would always be picking Tenna over Slayer here, just because Tenna's on every team. 2.4. There's. What's wrong with 2.4? Well, also Slayer could be morged for asking for 2.3. But in which case, why is he being put on by Secret Jeb and Sax? Why is he being put on by Secret Jeb with 3.1?
It is what it is. I think I'm scared about the shot, not gonna lie, but it is.
Well, you and I are on opposite teams. So you're
I
rooting
know,
for
I'm
you're
scared.
rooting for
I'm
Spyro,
scared.
I'm
You
rooting
should be
for
excited.
Wrestling. Well, I don't
You
know.
should
I
be
think
excited,
I
man.
think Merlin is shootable.
I don't think they're gonna shoot Mick. I think Sax has control of the gun, and I think Sax is shooting Tenna with or without Slayer's permission.
Well, I don't. I think Slayer would probably. I think Sax John and his coach will probably respect Slayer and his coach.
The coach is muted right now. I don't think they can say anything.
Yes, the coaches cannot talk anymore.
Mhm.
1.2 is not a reason to get morged. 2.5 failing. I mean, no. I mean, my GM is still Mick.
Mhm.
But you have Tenna GM'd, right?
Yeah, I didn't actually guess, but yeah, I think Tenna's. No. I think Mick's Merlin. I
Merlin,
think
yeah.
Mick's Merlin. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. I had Mick Merlin the whole game.
Yep.
Can't
I don't know,
go off
2.5
memory.
is a meme. 1.4 is a meme as well.
I'm fine to shoot Tenna. Okay.
Yeah, okay. This is a really slow, boring game. This lasted an hour, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm nervous.
Okay, well, they're shooting Tenna. Blue text, please. Blue text, blue text.
I think you're gonna get it.
No, I'm not sure.
No, don't fucking. It's not well played. It's an obvious.
Blue text. Come on, blue text. Fucking shoot already, hello? Blue text? Hello, this is so slow. Shoot. Blue text. Fuck.
Oh shit.
2.5 is so bad, though.
Damn. I 100% thought it was Nick. Wow. Well, that's a
No,
good game.
2.5 is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's
Yeah.
being coached and was told to pick that 2.5.
That is wild. Well, thank you for having me on here, man.
Alright.
Hope to see you, man. Have a good one.
Alright, peace, bro.